Good day. We're bringing you a special report on a senseless act of violence that has left a community in shock and a family in mourning. The story of a young Ukrainian refugee, Iryna Zarutska, who escaped the horrors of war only to meet a tragic end on a light rail train in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Please stand clear. Doors are closing. Train is about to move.
For many, the Lynx Blue Line is a lifeline, a route to work, school, and new opportunities. But for Iryna Zarutska, a 23-year-old who had found refuge in Charlotte after fleeing the war in Ukraine, it became the scene of an unimaginable nightmare. Iryna was by all accounts a bright light. Friends and family describe her as resilient, determined, and full of hope. She was building a new life for herself in the United States, studying, working, and embracing the promise of safety in a future free from conflict. She'd survived bombardments, the threat of invasion, and the loss of everything she'd ever known. She came to America seeking peace, but on the evening of August 22nd, that peace was shattered. The attack was captured on surveillance footage, and it's a chilling testament to the random and unprovoked nature of the violence. The time was approximately 9:30 p.m. The train was approaching the East-West Boulevard station. Sitting in the same car but across from Iryna was Decarlos Brown Jr, a 34-year-old man with a long and violent criminal history. Brown, a homeless individual known to frequent the area, had a criminal record that included robbery with a dangerous weapon, assault, and other charges. He had recently been released from prison. The footage shows a brief but terrifying sequence of events. There was no argument, no exchange of words, no discernible provocation. Brown, who had been sitting calmly, suddenly rose from his seat, pulled out a knife, and launched a brutal and unprovoked attack on Iryna Zarutska. The attack was swift and savage, leaving no time for her to react or for other passengers to intervene. In a matter of seconds, her life was stolen. As the train doors opened at the station, the attacker fled into the night, leaving a scene of chaos and horror behind. First responders arrived within minutes, but it was too late. Despite their best efforts, Iryna Zarutska was pronounced dead at the scene. The Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department launched an immediate manhunt. Using the detailed surveillance footage from the train, they quickly identified the suspect as Decarlos Brown Jr. The next morning, thanks to a tip from the public, Brown was located and arrested near the train station. He was taken into custody without incident and has been charged with first-degree murder. This tragedy has sent ripples of fear and outrage through the community. It has sparked a renewed debate about public safety on Charlotte's light rail system and the need for better mental health and rehabilitation programs for former convicts. Many are asking how a person with such a violent history could have been in a position to commit this heinous crime. For Iryna's friends and family, the grief is compounded by the cruelty of fate. They say she deserved to live, to thrive, to build the life she had risked everything to create. Her story is a heartbreaking reminder that sometimes, the greatest dangers aren't the ones you flee, but the ones you least expect. The case against Decarlos Brown Jr. is now moving through the court system. A court-ordered forensic evaluation is pending to determine his mental state at the time of the attack. But for the family of Iryna Zarutska, the legal proceedings will do little to mend their broken hearts. This is a story of a life cut short, a city in mourning, and a community grappling with a senseless act of violence. We will continue to follow this case and bring you updates as they become available. If you found this report insightful, please give us a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth stories. Thank you for joining us.